Reiner to sing on the soundtrack for When Harry Met Sally. Little did he know that phone call would launch a career that has now seen him amass Grammys, film and TV credits and sell over 20 million albums. His latest is Only You. It's out now. Let's fire up the satellite and say hello to Harry Connick Jr.
Hello, hello.
Hello to you. How are you? How are you going? You look fantastic.
Thanks, you look fantastic as well.
Don't I, though?
I guess that's what you look like after you win a, what is it, a Loogie Award?
A Loogie Award. I got the gold Loogie, which means I had the best-looking phlegm on the night.
Absolutely.
Now, let's go back to when it all began. When you got this call from Rob Reiner to work on the soundtrack for When Harry Met Sally, did you have any idea how much that would just launch your career?
I had no idea. You know, it was a surprising phone call, and of course I was happy to participate in the movie in a small capacity that I did, but I had no idea that the record would sell as well as it did and sort of launched me into a national spotlight. It was an amazing time in my life. It was pretty unbelievable.
And you were still only very young at the time. Were you prepared for all the changes it would make to your life at such a young age?
I wanted those changes to happen. You know, I wanted to be a performer. I wanted to have a successful recording and performing career. It was just a question of if it were going to happen at all. And so when Harry Met Sally came around, it was that was it. That was what was going to do it. And I don't know if you can ever be prepared for anything like that. I was just, you know, really excited to get that opportunity, and you know, I did with it what I could.
And it was around this time, too, that you met your good wife, Jill. And it's a very interesting story about how the two of you met, or how you spotted her while you were staying at the same hotel.
I actually met her in a bordello, which was a nice thing. I took her out of that life, and I think she's still to this day grateful that I did.
But it was, you were in a swimming pool at the time, and I think it was very gutsy for a dripping wet man to extend a dinner date to a Victoria's Secret model, no less.
That's exactly right. I was swimming in the pool in this hotel in Los Angeles, and I saw Jill walking by the pool, and I jumped out and followed her into the lobby, and I said, "Would you like to, you know, go out on a date with me?" And she said, "No, not really." And I said, "Well, there's no way. Maybe we could have lunch or something." And she goes, "Oh, okay, I'll have lunch with you." And then, you know, we hit it off. That was going on 15 years ago.
And you're a father now as well. Got two daughters, Georgia and Sarah. Are they planning on following in Dad's footsteps? I realise they're only young, 8 and 6, I believe. Is there any chance of them following in your musical footsteps?
I'm not so sure. I hope they do. They seem. Actually, I have 3 daughters now. I have a 2-year-old daughter behind them, and they all like music, and they all like to. Well, the older 2 like to play piano and sing and dance. But you never know, man, if they have that certain quality that pushes you that extra mile to be a performer and actually do it for real. So it'll be interesting to see if they really want to pursue it or not.
Do they take to your music, or do they try to, you know, recommend or play more, I don't know, Britney Spears, or I don't know, Eminem? Who knows what they're into?
Well, I think my music is kind of, the whole technique I use is kind of Pavlovian. I mean, I just play it for them and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it, and if they don't respond to it, well, I simply put, I beat them.
It's the only way they'll learn.
That's exactly right. I use the old school techniques. And
you're a bit of a child prodigy yourself. You've actually got a wonderful photo of you here performing when you were just a young boy. Look at that. Hello, ladies. So, now, because you were a natural-born performer, which I think is strange considering your parents had a background in the legal profession.
Yeah, my dad and mom were both lawyers, and I just always loved music. We grew up in a very musical town in New Orleans, and my parents used to bring me down to the French Quarter a lot, and I used to play with a lot of the bands, and they saw from a very early age that I really wanted to pursue music, so they made sure that I got the proper instruction and stuff. In fact, that photo that you just showed was at one of my piano teachers' houses, and it was just always a part of my life. It was always what I wanted to do, and there was really no question as to whether I was going to go into music. I wasn't really interested in anything else.
And obviously we've cropped that photo short because other side of that, your parents are beating you Pavlovian style as well.
That's right. I remember, this is true. I used to practice, you know, my Bach inventions or whatever I was playing at the time. And my mom used to stand behind me and I would play. And I would make a mistake and she would knock me on the head. and I, you know, just to make sure that my concentration was focused. It was all in fun. I mean, she didn't hit me with a hammer or anything. But I used to get to the point where if I made a mistake, I would just involuntarily jerk my head to the side. You know, I still have that twitch sometimes now. Hopefully you don't notice it as much.
No, it's very subtle. No one will pick that up at all. Now,
oh, that's good.
Very exciting. Something a lot of people might not know about you is you're a crackpot inventor, my friend. You have a US patent to your credit.
I do. There's a system of reading music on stage that I've used for about 4 years now. And if you can imagine going to a symphony concert or to a concert where they use sheet music, the sheet music is now gone, and we use computers to not only read the music, but to edit the music. If a conductor wants to take some measures out, he can strike the measures off of his computer and it will sort of globally follow among the members of the orchestra or band. And it's really made things a lot easier. So now I can go on stage and, you know, whatever song I want to play, I just say, let's play this song, and they just click and it comes up, and it makes things a lot easier across the board.
He's a very smart man, and not only a musical genius and an inventing technical genius, but also a bit of a fashion plate. And just, I think I might just, this is a good look, I think. Look at that. Hello. Hello. You like that? You like that? I'm going to come...
I'm digging it.
It's suitable pale, I think, my little pigeon chest. I think it works well, don't you?
You see the makeup line, like, right along the collar of your shirt.
It is so bad. It is so bad.
You've blown all the mystery, man. There's certain things in show business you can't reveal, and you've blown the whole thing. Right below this mark on my shirt, I'm actually black.
And I'm wearing no pants, so I think that's the kind of mystery sometimes it's best left secret.
I'm actually wearing your pants.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us.
The places we could go from here.
Oh, it's so much fun, isn't it? Oh, you just can't go wrong with two lads together. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much, Harry. The album Only You out now. The perfect Mother's Day gift. Please thank Harry Connick Jr. Thanks, Harry.
Thanks a lot. It's great being with you.
Let's be honest, no one should have to be subjected to that.